One morning you hold a teacup and your hand trembles slightly. You think it is just the weather. But what if it is the first sign of a tremor or severely reduced blood circulation? When young, few of us pay attention to our hands. But after 60, every small sign on the hands, from skin color, nails, warmth to flexibility, can be a silent reminder from the body. Many studies show hand warmth can be an early indicator of poor circulation, one cause leading to strokes in the elderly. I know some people think it is probably just old age, it is normal. But some things, if caught early, we can control, adjust, and live healthier each day. In today's video, I will share with you 5 common signs on the hands that could be early warnings for serious health problems if we ignore them. If you have ever felt your hands no longer listen as they used to, or simply want to understand your body a little more, then stick with me until the end. Because who knows, just one small change could also help you spot things early and live healthier every day. Let us get started. And the first sign, also what many people most easily overlook, is slight hand tremors at rest. If your hand trembles holding a teacup, that might be your body signaling you could lose the ability to hold it in just a few more years. Many people over 60 start noticing their hands slightly tremble when sitting still, or when holding a teacup, feel the back of their hand gently shake. But they instead think, probably just tired, or it is like that when you are older. And so they ignore it. Slight tremors do not cause pain, do not disrupt daily activities, so they are easily dismissed. In reality, this could be one of the earliest signs of Parkinson's disease, a disease that progresses silently, but if caught early, can be managed well. According to the Parkinson's Foundation in the United States, slight tremors at rest, especially in the thumb or hand, are one of the most common initial symptoms. Parkinson's disease usually begins very silently. If diagnosed early, patients can get medication and exercise to slow its progression and maintain long-term quality of life. Walter, 70, from Boston, noticed his right hand trembling very slightly each time he sat reading his newspaper. Initially, he thought it was coffee, but when the tremor persisted, he saw a doctor and found out he was in Parkinson's early stages. Thanks to early detection, he gets regular treatment, keeps up with exercise, and can still tend his garden and drive each week. Conversely, Lucille, 73, from Detroit, noticed her hand trembling, but did not see a doctor, thinking, oh, well, I am old. Years later, when the tremor worsened, she lost balance and her speech slowed. The disease had advanced far, making treatment much harder. If you ignore that initial slight tremor, you are missing a golden opportunity to catch and manage the disease early. You do not die from Parkinson's, but you might live 10 years unable to walk, unable to talk, and watching life through a glass window, helpless. And the heartbreaking thing is, it all started from just one small sign on the hand. If you notice hand tremors at rest, especially if the tremor recurs more on one side than the other, do not hesitate to talk to your doctor. It might just be a physiological tremor, but it could also be a warning. An early checkup with simple neurological tests can give you peace of mind or help you start treatment right away. Your hands do not just work, they hold clues to your future. If you listen in time, perhaps you can still hold on to those final healthy years. And if each morning you wake up, feeling your fingers stiff, finding them hard to flex and extend as usual, then that is not just from sleeping funny. If your hands are stiff and hard to bend this morning, pay attention. In a few years, you might not be able to move your hands at all. Quite a few people over 60 wake up to find their hands stiff, hard to flex and extend, especially their fingers. But because that feeling fades after just a few minutes, they brush it off. Probably slept wrong. Probably too cold. Those thoughts become excuses to ignore a very important sign. Morning joint stiffness, if it lasts over 30 minutes, is often an early sign of rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis, insidious diseases that can deform hands if not treated quickly. According to the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, arthritis affects nearly half of Americans over 65. Among them, morning joint stiffness is a classic symptom, especially with rheumatoid arthritis. Early detection and proper treatment can help control inflammation, reduce pain, and prevent joint deformity. Sharon, 76 from Kansas City, once thought morning hand stiffness was a normal old age thing. But when she noticed slight hand swelling, her ring becoming difficult to remove, she finally saw a doctor and was diagnosed with early rheumatoid arthritis. Thanks to prompt treatment and physical therapy, she can still knit and tend her vegetable garden. Meanwhile, Gary, 78 from Fresno, also had stiff hands each morning, but ignored it. 2 years on, his fingers started to deform, ached constantly, and he lost the ability to grip small items. If you ignore morning hand stiffness, your joints can silently inflame, leading to damage, bent fingers, chronic pain, and loss of grip. Hands that once skillfully managed a home, cooked, wrote, now become helpless. All because you did not act sooner when you could have. If each morning you find your hands difficult to move, try soaking them in warm water for a few minutes, then gently massage and practice flexing and extending. If symptoms return for many days, especially with swelling, pain, or redness, see a doctor. Blood tests and joint x-rays can pinpoint the cause so treatment can start promptly. Each morning your hands wake with you. If they are stiff and aching, do not just brush it aside. Care for them like you care for your life, because your hands preserve your independence in old age. And if you notice your hand skin is rough, prone to cracking and peeling, even without touching chemicals or overwashing, then pay attention. Dry, cracked hands might seem like it is just the cold, but sometimes it is the first hint of a disease that could rob you of your sight and kidneys. Over 60, skin naturally thins and dries, so many people tend to ignore it when their hands peel or crack, especially in cold weather. They think it is just the weather or not enough moisturizer, but sometimes unusually dry skin, especially on the hands, is actually an early sign of type 2 diabetes. This disease silently disrupts sweat gland function, causing loss of natural moisture and making skin prone to cracks and infections. According to the American Diabetes Association, dry, itchy, and easily cracked skin, especially on hands and feet, is an early and common sign of diabetes. When high blood sugar continues, the body loses more water, circulation worsens, leaving skin without enough nutrients to stay soft. If not caught in time, these cracks can lead to infections, skin ulcers, and slow healing, especially dangerous for older adults. Nancy, 74 from Portland, once thought her dry hands were from washing lots of dishes. But when her hand skin cracked deeply, bled, and itched for weeks, she finally saw a doctor. The result? Type 2 diabetes in its early stage. Thanks to early detection, she adjusted her diet, walked every morning, and controlled her blood sugar well. Meanwhile, Steve, 76 from Tampa, ignored his cracked hands for months. One day his finger became infected, festered with pus, requiring hospitalization. Steve used to fix vintage radios at home. Now he just looks at his swollen, pus-filled hand, helpless even with a shirt button. If you ignore dry, cracked skin on your hands, you might also be ignoring a dangerous chronic disease silently progressing in your body. Diabetes does not just affect skin, it also causes complications for eyes, kidneys, heart, and nerves if not managed early. A hand crack today could be the start of a finger amputation a few years later if you do not manage your blood sugar promptly. And it all can start from a dry, chapped hand you thought was no big deal. Check your hand skin daily. If you see deep cracks, unexplained peeling, or no improvement despite moisturizing, see your doctor for a blood sugar test. Also, drink enough water, limit refined sugar, and keep your hands clean. If you are living with diabetes, take extra care of your hand skin. It is your first line of defense against complications. Dry, cracked hands are not just a surface issue, they can reflect your internal health. Some people lose fingers, only then learning they have diabetes. Do not wait until your hands lose feeling to suddenly realize what could have been stopped with a small crack. And if you notice your fingernails are bristle, break easily, have white streaks, or layering, do not just chalk it up to age. A broken fingernail today could be a warning that you might break a hip from a minor trip in a few years. Many older adults see their nails thinning, easily peeling, or crumbling, but just think, that is just how it is with old age. They do not realize that weak, brittle, easily cracked nails can be an early sign of nutritional deficiency, especially calcium and zinc, two vital nutrients for bones and immunity. Ignoring this sign means your body is lacking nutrients without you knowing, gradually leading to other problems. According to the United States National Institutes of Health, after 60, the ability to absorb calcium and zinc from food drops significantly. Calcium deficiency after 70 doubles the risk of hip fractures, a leading reason older adults lose their independence. Zinc deficiency slows cell regeneration, affecting skin, hair, and nails. Fingernails are among the first places to show this deficiency, before you even feel aches or bone fatigue. Linda, 75, from Salt Lake City, noticed her nails thinning and breaking easily while gardening. She thought it was age until a doctor found she had severe calcium deficiency after a bone density scan. After supplementing calcium and improving her diet, her nails got stronger and her back fatigue noticeably lessened. Conversely, Carl, 78, from Des Moines, ignored his rough, peeling nails. 6 months later, he was diagnosed with prolonged zinc deficiency, leading to poor immunity, frequent colds, and dermatitis. A brittle nail does not hurt, but if ignored, you gradually lose your body's natural protection. Calcium deficiency can lead to osteoporosis, fractures from minor falls. Zinc deficiency slows wound healing, making infections more likely. It all starts with a seemingly small sign, but it is a strong reminder if you are willing to listen. Check your nails weekly. If they are brittle or peel easily, ask your doctor about a micronutrient test. Boost calcium-rich foods like milk, salmon, leafy greens. Add zinc through pumpkin seeds, red meat, or supplements if needed. And do not forget to protect your nails from harsh chemicals and cold water. Healthy nails need gentle care too. Nails are not just for looks. They are a mirror to your health. When they weaken, pause, listen, and replenish your body so you can keep going strong with inner health. And finally, if your hands are often colder than the rest of your body, even when it is not that cold out, do not just assume it is normal. If you notice your hands are cold when others are not, be cautious. It could be an early signal of an impending stroke. Many people over 60 feel their hands are always cold, even if the weather is not freezing. But since there is no pain or swelling, they just think it is old age and slow circulation, and let it go. However, persistently cold hands can actually indicate poor blood circulation, meaning not enough warm, oxygenated blood is reaching your extremities. It could also be an early sign of heart disease, diabetes, or thyroid disorders, common conditions easily missed due to faint initial symptoms. According to the Mayo Clinic, frequent coldness in hands, especially with numbness, fingertip bruising, or pale skin, can be due to reduced blood flow or peripheral nerve damage. Poor circulation can be linked to peripheral artery disease, low blood pressure, or diabetic complications. If not identified and treated early, the risk of tissue oxygen deprivation, chilling the limbs, will gradually increase. Peripheral vascular disease doubles the risk of limb amputation if not treated promptly, according to the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Larry, 80, from Seattle, found his hands were cold year-round. He would often tuck his hands in his pockets, sit near a heater, just thinking that is my constitution. After a routine checkup, his doctor found he had mild peripheral vascular disease. And by changing his diet, exercising regularly, and taking medication to help circulation, his hands became noticeably warmer. Meanwhile, Joyce, 77, from Minneapolis, ignored her cold hands until they became numb and lost feeling in the fingertips, only then discovering she had diabetic neuropathy, which could have been prevented. Joyce used to sew daily. Now she cannot feel enough to hold a needle and thread due to nerve damage from diabetes. Cold hands can signal a weak circulatory system. If unimproved, it can lead to nerve paralysis, fingertip necrosis, and a higher risk of cardiovascular stroke. Do not let cold hands gradually chill your overall health when there is still a chance to warm things up again. Cold hands might not hurt, But if you do not listen in time, you could lose all sensation. And one day see your fingertips turn black without feeling a thing. Each day, try gently rubbing your hands to stimulate blood flow. Do simple exercises like clenching and opening your hands a few times, then gently shake them out. Drink enough water and keep up with gentle walks to support circulation. And if cold hands persist, get your heart, blood pressure, and blood sugar checked. Do not wait for complications to rush for a cure. A simple heart check today could help you keep warmth in all 10 fingers for years to come. Cold hands are not trivial. They are your body whispering, "I need more attention." Keep your hands warm, not just with a coat, but by truly tuning into yourself. Do not wait until your hands can no longer feel warmth, to then ask, should I have done that sooner? So you have just heard about 5 common signs on your hands. Small things, but they can be an early alarm bell from inside your body. Old age does not warn with a siren, but with slight tremors, broken nail tips, and stiff joints before anyone else is up. If you have just recognized something in your own hands, then trust that your body is still trying to tell you you still have time. Your hands, seemingly just tools for work, are actually a silent health map. If you just look closer, listen more intently, you will see your body is always trying to communicate with you very gently. If you recognize any sign today, do not delay. Talk to your doctor, because early detection is truly the best gift you can give yourself. And if you found this video helpful, maybe share it with family and friends, especially those 60 and over. Who knows, a simple share might help someone spot something important they had missed. And if you have experienced hand changes yourself, we would love to hear your story in the comments. We always value real stories, directly from you. Wishing you the strength each day to firmly hold a teacup, embrace a loved one, and feel, Brishti, that you still have so much to cherish.